simple, but I really like the kind of deep I don't know, it almost looks like, yeah, kind of amber red tone. And then the cap, it's interesting. It's got a little like hole. It's just like a cylinder, you know. So yeah, simple bottle, but I just find it classy and it's substantial and heavy. So yeah, that's the bottle. And oh boy, I really do enjoy the smell of this scent. I feel like this one is a treat. I find it fairly unique. This is the For Her, and I have not smelled the For Him, but I find it to be a little more on the unisex leaning end of things. It's fresh, it's a little bit woody, it's green, it's kind of natural, it smells not so much like a perfume, more like a kind of fresh, natural vibe. So I really like it. Definitely a bit citrusy too, I forgot to mention. So yeah, I'm excited to go ahead and spray this and go over the notes and everything with you. I've talked about this in a few other videos, but I haven't done an actual review of it yet. Like a dedicated review. I'm reviewing this in part because I was wearing green today, and so yeah, thought that would match. I mean, how many times have you seen me wear this dress? I feel like this dress is in so many of my videos, but I just haven't gotten a lot of new clothes in the last few years. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this fragrance. Got our notes of nature, and this is I cannot read that tiny font. Some sort of bulb, it looks like to me. Some sort of bulb flower. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a spray. And I'm just gonna let it dry down a minute. Yeah, so how did I discover this fragrance? I think I discovered it because I bought a sample through probably fragrancenet.com, and I really, really liked it, so I think that's how I discovered it. But I don't think okay, you know what, I've smelled the original Bottega Veneta, which I think that one might be discontinued, but I think that's the only other Bottega Veneta fragrance that I've ever smelled. I'm gonna pull that one up. Bottega Veneta. I don't know why it's not. Okay, never mind. I won't pull it up. I don't know why it's not working. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and smell this one, Illusione. So what I get is fresh, woody, but in like a lighter, greener way. So like kind of like a green woody, fresh, definitely like a bit of a zestiness, citrusy zestiness, but it doesn't, to me, just come across like super straight citrus, you know? It's definitely well blended with like a kind of a green woodiness. I think there might be a little floral in here, but it's like understated. And yeah, that's like mostly what I get. But it's just got interesting nuance. It's like a bit grounded. It's like a tiny bit sweet, but I wouldn't describe it as sweet, but it's certainly not like bitter either. It's, a little earthy, a little fresh. Like it's just, I find it to be really nicely balanced and interesting. Okay, I'm going to read you the main accords that we have listed on Fragrantica. So we have green, citrus, woody, fresh, white floral, sweet, fruity, aromatic, fresh spicy, and lactonic. I honestly don't know what they mean by spicy vibe. So yeah, I'm being reminded of that going through the accords. But yeah, top accords I would say green, citrus, woody, fresh, spicy. Yeah, so really nice and totally, I would say, fairly unisex smelling in my book. Okay, let's look at the notes. I think the notes are pretty simple. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read you the top notes, and we have two top notes. They are bergamot and blackcurrant. I thought there was a fruit in here. I mean, obviously bergamot is a fruit, but like a juicy fruit, you know what I mean? Like a fruity fruit, a sweet fruit. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's blackcurrant. I definitely get the bergamot. That's more of this zesty, fresh, if anything, like tart, green, citrus. But I also get the blackcurrant, but not in an obvious way. It just adds a bit of depth, a bit of like sweetness, and something a little fruity, but it does not at all smell like a fruity, you know, stereotypically fruity berry fragrance at all. Okay, and then for our middle notes, we've got two middle notes, and they are fig leaf and orange blossom. So I definitely do get that kind of fig leaf profile. I think the fig leaf mixed with the blackcurrant almost smells like it could just be like a fig fruit, you know? Because I think that fig leaf has a bit of that fig fruit scent, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely like a green, kind of just slightly vegetation type vibe. Fresh, you know, and just vaguely figgy, but like honestly I wouldn't know that there was fig in here if, you know what I mean? It's not an obvious fig. Then there's the orange blossom. That's the only floral in this fragrance, and it's nice. It adds like a clean, sweet floral accord, but not in an obvious way. All of these notes are really like well blended. Okay, and then for our base notes, we've got two base notes. They are olive tree and tonka bean. So the olive tree definitely, like I'm getting that it's like a fresh kind of lighter green wood. I don't know if they mean like the bark, the olive leaves, all of it, but yeah, it's got kind of that like fresh green woody vibe, maybe a little bit of like a spice, because when you think of like olive oil, there's a little bit of that fresh spice, so I'm almost getting a touch of that kind of vibe as well. And then there's the tonka bean note, which there's definitely nothing that smells like a vanillic accord. I wouldn't say I'm getting a vanillic accord, but maybe like just a warmth and a depth from the tonka bean. So yeah, those are the notes. We've just got those 6 notes, and honestly, I'm having a hard time saying like which ones stand out to me most, just because they're all really well blended. But if I had to say, I'd probably say like olive tree, bergamot, fig leaf, blackcurrant. Those are probably the main 4 that I get. I'm gonna show the votes. Other users say they mostly get fig leaf, bergamot, olive tree, orange blossom, then blackcurrant, then tonka bean. That's like pretty similar to kind of what I'm getting. So yeah, really beautifully blended composition, very natural smelling. I mean, it is a perfume. It doesn't smell just like essential oils, but it has a more natural, laid back, fresh, outdoorsy, airy kind of vibe. So yeah, I really like it. Okay, like I said, I don't have any other Bottega Veneta fragrances to show you. Otherwise, Okay, so it's just called, the one I'm thinking of is literally just called Bottega Veneta, and it's for women. And maybe it's not discontinued, I don't know, but I feel like I heard it was being discontinued. But I have smelled Bottega Veneta for women, and it is extremely earthy. I recall it has like a lot of patchouli in it. It's got patchouli, oak moss, leather, pink pepper, bergamot, and jasmine, but it's a very base note, heavy fragrance. So yeah, patchouli, oak moss, leather. But yeah, like I really remembered liking that fragrance when I smelled it, and I smelled something that I thought was similar to it recently, but I can't remember what. So just wanted to mention that I have smelled that one as well, and I do like it, but it's probably not for everybody at all, and it's also not like uber feminine. So yeah. Okay, so back to Illusione for her. I'm gonna go over some stats on Fragrantica. So this fragrance was launched in 2019, so it's before the pandemic. And it has an overall rating of 4.15 out of 1,680 votes. So that's a really good rating. Like, that's a very good rating. And it does have quite a lot of votes. I mean, you know, enough. It has over 1,000 votes, almost closer to 2,000. So it's not just me. People like this fragrance, obviously, for a reason. So yeah. Okay, let's read. Oh, let's look at some other stats. People are saying the longevity is like mid-range. I would agree. I don't think it's, yeah, I think it's mid-range. I don't recall it hanging around for too long. People are also saying the sillage is on the slightly more lighter side, on the slightly more intimate side, but kind of mid-range. I don't know, I would say it's like in the middle. I definitely think it's a scent, but it's a pleasant scent. It's not like overbearing. For gender, people are saying it is feminine leaning, but somewhat unisex. I think it's actually pretty unisex in my mind. Okay, and then let's go ahead and finish up by reading a few reviews. Somebody who is kind of like meh about it says, I really love this perfume and bought as soon as I read the notes. I'm an earthy gal and was seeking something green. When I smell it, I love it, but on me it smells like something you'd use for cleaning your bathroom, and I'm not really sure why I have to layer it with a plain vanilla body spray just to take the medicinal scent out of it. Not sure if I got a bad batch. I guess I could see that. It does have a bit of a citrus vibe, a medicinal vibe. I don't know, some people grew up with like certain household cleaners that probably smell like citrus and stuff. I don't know, we didn't have that in my family, so I don't really have like bad associations with certain notes, and you know what I mean. So to me, or we didn't really grow up like using things like bug spray or whatever, so like to me this doesn't have any bad associations, but it does smell very like natural and fresh, so I can see why someone might think that. Okay, somebody says, this smells wonderful and so unique, pleasant, and beautiful scent. When I spray it, I imagine myself sitting in Lake Como, sipping a fresh cocktail and getting the smell of the breezy wind. Scents from lemon and orange trees. Beautiful and classy scent that works every day, year round. Sad it's discontinued. I guess maybe this is discontinued. I don't know. But yeah, very natural kind of smell. I do think it's classy, but in like in a natural, understated way. Somebody else says, this is what expensive smells like. Love this perfume. I spontaneously reach for it all the time. Inoffensive, light, airy, not pretentious, and in your face. Yeah, it's not. I feel like we all can appreciate a beautiful freshie, because I feel like in the green bottle. This is similar. I'm not saying it smells necessarily that similar, but it's like very similar vibe, like a fresh, woody, citrusy green kind of vibe. Yeah. Okay, let's read one more. Somebody says this opens with a green fig and bergamot, followed by olive tree and orange blossom. It's a green figgy olive tree with hints of orange blossom. A nice olive/fig perfume for warm weather. Later, it warms up a bit with a hint of sweetness, but it's not too much. Let's find one that, somebody who does not like it, just for contrasting review. Somebody says, had high expectations, received a sample, feminine, but oh, so heavy. Nothing fresh, nothing fruity, nothing citrusy, just heavy. For me, headache-inducing, not my cup of tea. However, it helps me realize that I need a more light, playful, fresh, citrusy, fruity, or gourmand type of perfume. I had to wash it away with mango-scented soap. I don't know, I feel like that review doesn't make a lot of sense. Because they're saying it's heavy, but then they're saying they want fresh, citrusy, fruity, or gourmand. Like, those are completely different things. So that person just might not really know what they're talking about. That's kind of my interpretation. Okay, somebody else says screechy and cheap smell on me resembles the cheap shampoo I used when my family was in poor financial condition in my childhood. Big no for me, cannot tell any bergamot from it. I guess I could see somebody thinking it's screechy because of the citrus, but to me it doesn't come off as screechy. It comes off as really nice. So yeah, so anyway, that's my review of Bottega Veneta's Illusione. And yeah, I guess maybe this is being discontinued. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure you could still find it easily if it is. So everybody, I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I'm sending you all peace,